6'10" forward from Trinity Junior College, number 40, Shawn Kemp.
Court advantage in Game 7s. Severely dominant, over 80%.
Percy Hawkins, who has sworn to come out more aggressive. Shawn Kemp with the turnaround.
The Utah Jazz know that the Sonics want an emotional start. They want to keep the crowd in the ball game, and their job is to control the tempo of the game, control the crowd.
Look for a very physical game here today. Malone shot no good. Kemp with the rebound. Just 27% from behind the line so far, and he hits a second straight one.
The guy couldn't make a shot for 5 games, and suddenly he's can't miss. A big story for the Utah Jazz.
Kemp will go to the line for the three-point play.
Superb job for Shawn Kemp. For years, just going right in. Once the contact goes, just continuing right through. The disappointing and disconcerting thing for George Karl.
You know, the Seattle Supersonics play better when they're down early. They seem to play out of fear, and that gets their attention. We'll see if that happens. Hawkins for 3.
Percy Hawkins was 0 for 8 from the floor in the...
Better job defensively against Detlef Schrempf. See if Schrempf stays aggressive at the offensive end, because Russell's a guy that's made him become tentative and hesitant about shooting the ball.
Greg Foster has also come off the bench, and Kemp goes right around Foster for the basket. 6 points for Shawn Kemp.
That's the first poor play that I can remember him having in this entire series. He's played magnificently in reserve behind Stockton.
Now you look at the way Hawkins is really shadowing.
There's another throwaway. This time Hornacek, and Kemp is fouled on his way to the basket.
What is Utah doing? Utah's cross-court passes. That's the way they lost Game 2 when John Stockton did it. Now they're feeding Shawn Kemp, Percy Hawkins, and a breakaway foul call.
And exactly the kind of turnovers Seattle was committing Thursday night. Shawn Kemp will shoot 2.
Excited, but playing with control, and that's made a huge difference for George Karl. Both of the free
crowd chanting out his name. He wants to take on the entire state of Washington.
Shawn Kemp looking for a way around Malone, and is fouled by Malone.
Now he just helping them up, and they're taking it the wrong way. I thought there was a confrontation. Shawn Kemp is actually under control.
Karl says, I don't want any help.
Usually he's clean as a whistle on these type of plays.
But he's one of those guys that plays great defense with his hands and got a little bit too much arm.
Seattle locker room stretching out that sore hamstring.
Everything revolves around him. If he gets started, Russell gets shot.
That was his best move of the afternoon. Most authority.
Malone with 9. Jazz are within 1, 31-30. This is Payton now, top of the key.
They would love to become as efficient at running pick and roll as Stockton and Malone. They never quite get the screen set. Kemp inside.
Shawn Kemp knows that there's no shot blockers up top out there. Balance. Drops that drop step leg back so far. Kemp comes right back with the same move. Kemp doesn't use the hitch that all the great post players develop. The Abdul-Jabbars, the Akeem Olajuwon.
In the quarter, 13 in the ball game, and they have been able to control the tempo of the game and the offensive flow at their end.
Hawkins takes the bump, feeds Kemp. Shawn Kemp has 16. We are tied at 30.
Play quick.
Payton on the move, back outside. Kemp. Payton out of the corner for 3.
Greg right at Hornacek's man. Force a double team with Hawkins, and then Hornacek can get some sort of shot.
Well, this is their hot shooter in the quarter, Detlef Schrempf, but when Russell has been guarding him, he hasn't been.
Shawn Kemp with a 2. 53-45, 9.5 to play in the third.
What are you going to do with Shawn Kemp?
Well, they got that spark, and Karl Malone hasn't really gotten a rhythm here in the third quarter. Big rebound Kemp.
You go get that guy, okay?
9 rebounds for Shawn Kemp.
In order to quiet him down, Detler Strick has really got to stay aggressive at the offensive end.
Kemp gets a second straight jumper from outside.
Karl Malone is not matching up. Gary Payton has had the upper hand over John Stockton.
He's delivering from the line.
Let's check in with
John Stockton's ever hit in his career.
now Antoine Carr playing with 5 fouls.
Well, they're trying to come to Kemp, and they want to get an inside score. Shawn Kemp.
And the whistle blows.
Here in the second half of play, Kemp was nearly perfect in that first half.
But Steve, that is so much what the home court advantage is all about. Shawn Kemp gets the first free throw to extend the lead to 2. But it's always those middle-level guys, the Antoine Carrs, the Felton Spencers, the David Benoits. At home, they
With the ball and a 1-point lead.
If you're the Sonics, you want to have action going to the basket. You want to try to get the whistle if you can. Shawn Kemp.
And Foster gets the foul called against him. Shawn Kemp has been a workhorse on the baseline, 4 and 14 tonight, including 8 of 9 from the free throw line. And he is like clockwork now.
But John Stockton can break down the defense and get by Askew. Missed it.
He hit it. Timeout, Utah. Brian Russell for 3. The leader, no. Rebound, Seattle, and it's over. The Seattle Sonics are going to the NBA championship round. Karl Malone standing by with Ahmad Rashad.